Welcome to another exciting episode of No Quest for the Wicked Gentleman. I have 2 questions for you.
What could they be?
Are you ready to rock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
More importantly, are you ready to roll?
Gonna roll out of the way of some mech fire.
Oh, man.
Yeah, fire mechs.
I'm so excited Mech is involved now.
This is, yes, what you're talking about is what happened last session, which was you guys are on knee. You originally went here to locate Project Dahlia to help Vale find their sister and for you to help Quip find Query. During that time, you realize that Mazo, Cody's former employee, I guess, or employer.
I was the big boss, huh?
and was pulling dimensional versions of his wife from all different realities, and as a result, sort of untethering reality itself. You managed to put a stop to that, and while celebrating in Kukinto, Shortjack was going to be coronated as the new king of the city. However, there was an assassination attempt in a very suspicious full assault by the Fur Clan, Durrin's former clan. You were able to stop the assassination attempt. However, they've brought in their big guns, which is quite literally big guns. It is a massive mech, and it is now staring down at the group of you. Shortjack has manifested a Solarian weapon, and it is you, the 3 of you, Shortjack, Jenny, Vale, and the newly formed Zelphus Gelto. Before we jump into that combat, however,
Oh, no.
Durrin,
Yeah.
you are in deep space. You are sort of on the outskirts of the system that the clans kind of fight in. And you have followed the coordinates that were given to you from that community's leader to a very small moon base. And you are currently undetected and just sort of hovering there in space, watching this planet. And you have seen a few ships land, and you know that the ships that have come in have been from different factions.
Interesting. Are the scanners showing anything about the place at all?
You can tell that it is completely uninhabited. It is a lifeless moon, and there seems to be like one facility. It's a very small moon, completely unassuming, but there is a base on that place.
And I wasn't given any details beyond just this location.
The only thing that he said was that, like, this was sort of the truth you needed to understand why they were living together.
All right, let's go in. Let's see if we can figure out this shit.
Yeah, you bring your ship in, and it takes a little bit of work to remain undetected. And but you're able to land sort of just outside of where this base is in a crater to keep your ship undiscovered. Thankfully, because of the nature of this group, this ship has pretty useful cloaking and stealth abilities, so you're not picking up on any scanners, and you touch down, and it is this sort of desolate, grayish-brown, crater-filled moon, and in the distance you see a completely unassuming, uninspired, blackish-gray building.
Okay.
It's like 1.5 stories. There's looks like a small sort of like observation deck. You can see that the building has a fairly complex ventilation system on the top. For the moon itself has no atmosphere, and it is actually quite a hostile environment, inhospitable. But other than that, it's this building that really doesn't seem all that remarkable.
Okay.
But there are 3 ships sort of docked near the nearby landing pads, and once again you can tell that they are 3 ships of different clans.
Okay. I'm gonna look through my scope and just kind of like just get a feel of the land and see what kind of who's looking out from the building, what kind of security are we looking at, what's going on here.
There doesn't seem to be any security.
What the fuck?
There's like no guards stationed. There's nothing. There's no activity outside of the building.
Okay. What about the ships? Any security on the ships?
It doesn't look like it, and the ships themselves seem also fairly unremarkable.
What the shit? All right.
They seem like just grunt ships of the discerning faction, or like the different faction. So it's right now. If you actually roll me an engineering check.
Sure. 23.
Cool. So you know that right now there is a ship from the Fang clan, the Tail clan, and the Claw clan. No Fur clan.
Interesting. All right, Dan, I want to make my way over to the 3 ships first.
Okay.
This is kind of like a pre-planning thing, and I'm gonna use the charges that I didn't end up using at the hospital. And
Okay.
place one on each of these.
Great.
For just in case, as like a backup.
Cool.
Any security at all? Anyone even watching the ships while I'm doing this? Nothing.
Does not look like it.
Shit. All right, and I'll make my way over to the building then, as sneakily as possible.
Great. How would you like to enter?
What? It's throwing me off. You're not making me make checks, Dane. It's more upsetting than rolling really bad. I mean, the vent's the obvious route, but is it just the vent in the front door? Is that my 2 options I'm seeing right now?
It looks like it. There might be another like service entrance somewhere, or another series of vents sort of like on ground level that you might be able to squeeze into. But the 2 obvious ones are front door or vent.
I think I want to go through the service entrance. I feel like venting is not the right call on this one. Service entrance, if there is one.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a perception check.
Will do. I got a 32.
Yeah, you're able to find a small, what looks like shipping entrance, in the sense that it looks like you would attach like a cargo vessel to it.
Yes.
To make like an airlock seal. So you are able to get to this. I need an engineering check because you do need to cycle the airlock for it to open.
Okay. I got a 33 on that.
Perfect. Yeah, you're able to get to the control pad, do a quick like plug in with your data pad, and manage to. You hear the like large round door sort of like click and hiss as it slides open, and you have a couple seconds to like scurry in as it closes and begin cycling the airlock, and then the inner door hisses and opens as well into the facility.
Is there anyone here at all that I can see?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. I got a 25.
You don't see anyone. However, you do see you're in a large sort of like warehouse storeroom, and across the way you see that there is a room that has a light on, and you can hear voices and sort of like occasional, I wouldn't say laughter, but larger exclamations.
Okay. Let's make my way over to that, sticking as subtly as possible, I guess.
Sure. Give me a stealth check, please.
No, there it is. Okay. 30.
Yes, you're able to get over to this door as close as you want to get. You tell me what your plan is.
I just want to listen. I just want to eavesdrop, because I feel like this is probably the important thing that I'm here for. Whatever's occurring in this place that seems to be uniting 3 clans, I want to listen in.
You hear the voice of 2 men and a woman, and they're all sort of chatting idly. There isn't much of anything really being said. It's just kind of like people small talking, and you hear the sounds of like clinking and metallic objects getting pushed around, and occasionally you hear like something slam on the table, and the voices exclaim and be like, "Oh!" And then there's like a small little chuckle or a laugh or whatever, and then you hear another like shuffling of metal objects.
Okay. Is there any computer system, anything like that out nearby? Anything? Like, this feels so nothing that an entire group of people died. It's so strange.
Not really. There's like, I'm sure you could find one in the facility somewhere, but you would have to like go looking for it. Right now you're just in like a warehouse, and this seems to be sort of like, judging by the layout of what you can see so far, this looks like it might be like a staff room for whatever facility this is. Like, it doesn't, the way that the echoes are like, voices are reverberating in the room, it doesn't sound like a very big room, and it doesn't sound all that special. To set the scene a little bit more in terms of geography, there are these like stacks of crates and boxes. A lot of them have like tarps or sheets thrown over them, so it's pretty obvious that this facility isn't in use. Whatever it used to be, whatever it was, is not it anymore. This seems to be a defunct, abandoned facility. There is a vent above the door, or sort of like off to the left of the door, but there doesn't seem to be any sort of like window or anything in here.
All right, let's vent in. Let's do it. You got me, Dane. Let's vent in there and let's take a peek at what's actually going on.
You get up to the vent and you're able to. It's just simply screwed in. There's no real difficulty here. Give me another stealth check.
I hate how easy this is. I fucking hate how easy this is. Another dirty 30.
Great. You're able to slide in silently to the vent. And you scramble in, and it takes a second to find another vent that looks down into the room. And inside you see 3 people sitting at a round, particle board table. In the center, there are cred sticks, gems, various ancient currency of gold and silver and platinum sitting in the table, or the center of the table. And you see 3 people. One is a tall, slender, older Yosoki adorned in a thick, rich velvet robe. A crown of gold, misshapen gold, sits on top of his head, encrusted with a smattering of gems and jewels that are obviously from different sources and not originally part of this makeshift crown. His tail wraps up and over his chair, which he holds in his lap, and it's been artificially lengthened by these synthetic polymer extenders. They click and hum as his tail lashes about on top of the chair, occasionally hitting the sides of it, making a almost rhythmic beat. You recognize this as King Varel, the supposedly assassinated ruler of the Tail Clan. He was the one that was killed during an assault that put you on the mission to kill Prince Yashmu and his son. He was killed years ago. But this guy looks exactly like him to the point where you are almost positive that it is him. There's a stout woman dressed in a silk kimono. She has these long eyelashes that feather out at its end into these sort of purple frills. She wears these elegant gloves that go up to her elbow, and then they have this ornate mithril frame, almost like an exoskeleton along the outside that wrap along her fingers up into these long, shimmering 6-inch long claws that she is scraping the table with. You can see a divot where she has just been wandering her hand back and forth, carving a hole in this table. And you know that as the leader of the Claw Clan. And finally, there is a large, muscular male Yosoki. He's bigger than any Yosoki you've ever seen, both in muscular and just sheer size. But he is half, I would say generously, half flesh and blood. The rest are cobbled together machine parts. Some arcane, some technological. His arm occasionally releases this hiss and plume of steam from the arcane circuitry that runs through it. He has these large tusks at the bottom of his mouth that come up and almost pierce through his top jaw. Obviously, again, from another creature, not of Yosoki. His 2 front fangs have been sharpened and filed down into a singular point, and his left side of his face is completely made of chrome, polished to a shine, and his eye is replaced with a single floating red orb. And you certainly know this as War Chief Granin, the leader of the Fang Clan. And they are playing a game that you recognize. It's a fairly popular Yosoki game. They're playing a card game called Broken Bounties. That every now and then they're holding these holographic blue slates, and they'll slam it down, and a picture will appear and project out of it, and they will all react as one of them will reach into the treasure pot in the middle and pull it back, adding to their hoard in front of them. Everyone roll for initiative, please.
I'm too upset right now, Dane. Give me a second.
Us, as in...
Yes, you guys are fighting a mech.
Well, good thing I'm proud. My head's probably lost in the past because I rolled a nat 1.
I thought you were going to get us to play these guys and beat the shit out of Durrin.
Nope.
That's
I
going
got
to be
15.
a 20.
And I got a 13.
Merrick, you go first. The room that you're currently in, the ceremonial hall of Kukinto, has been absolutely trashed. Tables have been flipped. There are bodies strewn about, both of civilians and of the Fur Clan assassins. There's blood splattered on the marble floors and walls and pillars. Carnage has ensued all over. You hear gunfire and explosions further within the city. Short Jack stands beside you with his Solarian weapon manifested, and he looks back at the three of you and says, Vale, Zelphus, I don't know if you're able to fight, but Vale, Zelphus, Jenny, I need you to get out into the city. Protect anyone you can. Don't worry about fighting. Just save who you can. Get them to safety and make sure no one else gets hurt. We'll take care of this thing. And for a second, Vale, Jenny, and Zelphus all sort of look at the three of you for confirmation.
Yeah, of course. The nod.
Yeah, we totally got this.
The trick, Short Jack, is this, with more conviction when you make commands. More conviction. Diaphragm it.
He looks back to the other three and says, Go, now! And Zelphus flops down into a shallow puddle and just says, All right, hold on! And he wraps himself around Vale and Jenny and launches himself forward in a tidal wave wave that goes out through the doors and down into the city. Merrick, it is your turn.
All right, Short Jack. Let's prove who we are and who you are. Let's save your kingdom. How far away is the mech?
I'll say it's about 20 feet away.
20 feet? Okay. Move up. Photon mode. Just going to make the first attack here. I'm assuming Heat's going to take an attack of opportunity.
Absolutely. This is a huge creature.
Yeah.
That is a 24 to hit.
That will not do it.
Okay. He brings down this giant curved sword straight down at you, but his move is so telegraphed, the wind-up is so slow that you're able to just give just a sidestep as it crashes down and cracks and splinters the marble floor.
That's going to be a 33 to hit.
Yes, that will do it.
33 points of damage.
You drive your blade. Where are you hitting it?
I guess legs at this point. We're trying to bring it down. So Merrick's just trying to go for joints, trying to weaken armor plating so bullets work better. He's just trying to get the initial strike in.
Yeah. You bury your blade into the joint where essentially where the knee would be. And you find a surprising amount of resistance. And you can tell that your attack was not nearly as effective as you were hoping it to be.
Great.
Cody, it's your turn.
So, do we have any plan for this thing, guys?
Kill it, as we've killed things before.
Okay.
We always do.
That's straightforward enough. I'm going to... Can I see any particular, weapons on this thing? Can I perception check to see it's kind of like armament?
I mean, you don't need to. It's very fucking obvious. He's got 2 rocket launchers, or missile launchers on each shoulder that seem to be... It's like one of those, double row ones, so there's, 3 missiles... So 6 per one or per armament. He's got a large Gatling gun in one hand and then a big curved sword in the other.
Okay.
If you want to discern more information, it has to be an engineering check.
Yeah, I don't have that.
For some reason,
I'm going
have
to
ED 209 in my head right now.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
From RoboCop.
I'm going to just move in and attack then the other leg.
It is getting another attack of opportunity.
Can it do that?
Don't worry, Cody. Missiles can't hit you if you're at its feet.
Sure can.
Then I will acrobatics in instead.
Okay, you can attempt it.
That is a 25.
That does not work. So yes, it will take its attack of opportunity on you.
Perfect. Come at me, bro.
Ugh. That's only a 22.
This is not going to do it.
It once again, it got its sword stuck in the ground and it pulls it up with a shower of marble chunks and then just does a wide sweep and you're able to just easily duck under it.
All right. Swinging for this thing's other knee. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's a 33.
That does hit.
That is 28 bludgeoning and electrical.
Once again, you take a big swing at this other thing's knee and you hit it and it hurts your fucking hands, the amount of sort of reverb that comes running down through the shaft of your weapon. You've done damage. You can see a solid dent in it, but it's not nearly as effective as it should be. Durrin,
Yeah.
it's your turn.
Okay. Probably lost in thought as everyone starts fighting it, shaking off the memories as I am going to do a trick attack to hopefully set up my friends, or maybe even Shortjack. Won't that be fun? My stealth is a 29.
That's not enough.
Okay, cool. Just standard attack then as I try to get behind it. Sure, it has sensors that can detect me, and I get a 26 versus EAC. And I'm not sure when I could have done this, but I wanted to switch over my fire to electricity, if that's cool. I'm not sure when that happens in the combat order.
Yeah, I'll say you could do it now.
Sweet. So as I rush in, swap it over to that, I rolled a 27 to hit.
27 hits.
Sweet. Not great, just 10 points of electricity damage.
Well, you think you've done a little bit more than that. As you see electricity course through the circuits, you see sort of like an extra plume of smoke through some of the joints. Now it is its turn to go, and you see a small little laser pop out from the side of its head, and it begins turning its head really quickly, and it designates the three of you and Shortjack. It kind of paints you with this laser, and then you hear the Gatling gun begin to spin up, and it's going to take a attack on all four of you.
Be my guest.
How are we all doing on health right
Don't be my guest.
So the first hit is going to hit Shortjack.
Shortjack, no.
Oh my god, if he dies here, I'll be so sad.
Next one, I'm just going to go down in initiative roll or order. That is a 31 to hit you, Merrick, KAC.
That will do it.
That is a natural 20 on Cody.
Fuck yeah.
And that is a 29 to hit KAC Durrin. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. That all does it.
So it's hitting all of you.
One more than others, it would seem.
Where the fuck are my D10s? They're there.
I hate that you used plural.
Do you want to roll some D1s?
Everyone takes 24 points of damage.
Okay.
And hold on, let me do crit damage for you, Cody. You're going to take an additional 25 points of damage for the crit.
So 49 points of damage total?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
You see Shortjack get hit. He tries to put his Solarian weapon up, and it breaks. It shatters through his defense, and he takes a big hit, and he goes tumbling a little bit. He gets back up, holds out his hand, and forms it again. He just says, Merrick, that's not supposed to happen, right?
It happens sometimes, probably. You'll be fine.
Okay.
Show us some valor.
Cody's looking at her, and he's like, do you have any idea how to... And then just gets shredded.
Cody, no!
He's actually doing a big whirlwind, sword attack.
Oh, I thought it was the Gatling gun, you said.
Nope, it's spinning up.
Oh, even...
Oh,
wow.
good.
Wonderful.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he does this big sort of 360 swipe. Now it's Shortjack's turn.
I wonder what level we're considering Shortjack right now.
Hopefully level 20.
He's your guy's level.
Okay, cool.
Shortjack does 20 points of damage. He runs in, and with a powerful hop, he tries to smash the laser that's currently pointing at all of you and just whipping around and painting you guys. But he doesn't manage. He hits it, but he doesn't manage to break it. And then he lands behind it and rolls beside you, Durrin.
I just kind of give him that nod, you're right.
He says, "Yeah, I'm still in the fight." It is Merrick's turn.
All right. There's no way. You can't flank something this big, right?
You can.
Is there any way for me to get into a flanking position without provoking an attack of opportunity?
I mean,
Cody said he went for the other leg.
You could try to acrobatics, but right now you guys are on either side of it or on either leg, so you're both at the front. You could try to get to the side, but it's big enough that you would have to take a movement action. You couldn't guarded step to the side.
Cool. Then I will just attack twice.
Okay.
First one is going to be a 31.
Yeah, that hits.
The second one is going to be not good. The second one's going to be a miss. It's going to be a 21.
21 does not hit, but the 31 does. Sorry, how much did you roll damage on that yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
35 points of damage.
Perfect. Once again, you hit that resistance from the armor plating, and you can feel your Solarian weapon beginning to like burn through it. There's like a shower of sparks as it hits this plating. You're making progress on it. It is Cody's turn.
Did you 5 foot, Merrick?
No, I did not.
Okay, I'm gonna 5 foot just like to the left, like because I assume I'm left leg for some reason. Just as like heading towards the flank. Actually, no, I'm not, because that's a move action. Move action, I'm going to activate enhanced resistance, and I'm going to choose slashing damage.
Cool.
And then I'm just going to attack. It's a 31.
That'll do it, yeah.
That is going to be 32 points of damage.
Perfect. And once again, I will say the resistance and the vulnerability cancel each other out, and you do full damage there.
Cool.
Great. Then it is Durrin's turn.
I'm going to look at Short Jack, who's near me now, and be like, I'm going to set you up. You take advantage of it as I move in to try to do another setup and strike. Stealth, I have a 32.
That does it.
Shit, yes. Okay. And then I just have to beat a DC 15, which I just do to use my Harrowing Fire to set up Short Jack so that way he gets my trick attack damage. Or I guess whoever hits it next gets the trick attack damage, but he's next in turn order.
You begin just like laying down covering fire. I imagine you're like strafing through the room as you do it away from Short Jack. And the mech sort of like its head snaps to you and just begins tracking you. It's its turn, and it is going to Merrick and Cody. You guys are at the front of it. You see its knee plating open up, and these rockets kind of like pop out, thrusters, and it shoots itself backwards. The two of you are going to have to give me reflex saves.
Fucking wonderful. I got 10.
Mine will be 15.
Okay, you both fail. You both take 22 points of fire damage as these exhaust like thrusters just blast out a plume of fire. And because you have failed your reflex saves, you don't get attacks of opportunities for moving backwards as you guys are just getting fucking blasted with fire and smoke. And it goes shooting back, almost crashing into Short Jack. And then you hear those missiles just begin. And everyone's going to have to give me another reflex save, please.
Well, this is me, Dad.
Yeah, this is me, Dad.
Oh, fucking nat 20. Let's go. At least I'll take
man.
fucking half and still
That's
die.
an 8. This is it for us, Durrin. Take Short Jack and run.
I ain't leaving you behind. 27.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Durrin.
No, don't do
Mr. Durrin, I don't feel so good.
Dane figured out the one way to beat us is make us do like 3 boss fights in a single day in the game.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, that
constant
works.
boss fights.
Durrin, you don't take any damage. You're able to nimbly dodge through these rockets, sliding under tables, ducking behind cover of the pillars, using anything and everything as a way to protect yourself. Cody, you're only taking half damage, so that's going to be 25 points of damage. And Merrick, you're taking the full brunt of it, which is 50 points of fire damage.
Okay, is there a massive damage automatically die rule?
No.
Okay, I'm knocked down.
Yeah, Cody just gets blasted, takes a step back, and then a missile comes and he tries to get out of the way. It just clips him on the shoulder and he goes down hard and doesn't get back up.
This is great.
Short Jack, survive!
Okay. Merrick, Cody are down. Durrin, you're still going. You look and you see your two friends get obliterated by these rockets, and you are back in those vents.
Oh, damn it. Damn it, Dane.
And you hear the door to that room, and it opens up, and a floating disc carrying a morbidly obese Yosoki floats in. The lower half of this Yosoki seemingly crushed under the impossible weight of his upper body. His skin hangs loose around his jaw, and for a second it's almost difficult to recognize who this is because he's not covered in a mound of pelts. But then you hear the voice, and you know that this is Elder Hiram, your faction's leader, as he takes his place at the table with the other 3 leaders, and he says, I see you wasted no time with the game. But now that I am here, let us play properly. And you see War Chief Granin slide the treasure off to the side and places a small projector in the center, and it opens up a star map of your system. And it is, you've seen it before, it's a tack map of the current situation in the Civil War, the Grandmother Rat Wars. And it's everyone's position. You usually see your side, but this reveals everyone's position. All of the factions are laid out, and Granin leans forward and says, I'm here to win this time. I've taken so many losses, it's loss after loss after loss, and I'm done. So let's get playing. And he begins dealing out cards.
I'm so mad. I know what's happening. I'm so mad, Dane. Holy shit.
King Varel says, shut your mouth, Granin. I gave up my son and my grandson. My heirs. You've lost nothing. Now you know how long it's going to take to make another heir as strong as Yashmu? Come on. And Elder Hiram struggles to pick up his hand and says, what are your wagers? And Granin puts down a card and says, I've got a civilian hospital filled right now from the last attack. And he slides his card forward. And King Varel says, there is a group of refugees that are holed up in a small cave near our territory. They should suffice. And he slides his card forward. And Lady Yashmao, who is the small stout one with the claws, looks through her hand and says, I fold. And she places the cards down and slides them forward. And Elder Hiram leans forward and says, I put forward my prominent inquisitor, Durrin. And he puts his card down and slides it forward. Merrick, it's your turn.
Death saving throw.
You can use resolve if you have it to just get back in the fight.
I will. How many points? Is it just 1 point, or?
It's a quarter of the maximum, quarter of maximum resolve.
I believe you have to stabilize and then use it.
Is it stabilize first?
No, I don't think you have to roll. You just spend your resolve to stabilize, and then your next turn you spend resolve to stay in the fight.
So 2 to stabilize, and then another 2 to stand up next round?
Yep. No, another 1 to stand up next.
Okay. Then that is it for me.
Okay, great. So you are stable. You see Merrick struggling for a second, Durrin, but then you see his breath sort of regulate a little bit, and you know he's not getting any worse.
Okay.
Cody, it's your turn.
Are we rounding up or down for 1/4 of your resolve?
We round down.
Perfect. I will spend 2 resolve to stabilize, I guess.
Okay. Durrin, your turn.
Oh, I have to channel. I have to. I am going to... God, I'm... Like, Terry's actually angry for Durrin right now with that shit you're throwing at me. Yeah, I think I'm going to focus on that anger at all of this, at everything, and turn that into some beautiful healing energy.
You feel that anger inside you, and you can feel that wound once again. The knife wound that you suffered, you can feel it pulse with heat and rage and pain, and it almost overcomes you. And then once again, you hear a voice, and it says, "This isn't how it works. It is not anger, Durrin. It is love. Do not succumb to the past. Protect the future."
I will try to center myself then. That voice is important to Durrin. Try to dissolve the anger away and focus on what actually matters in the moment.
While you're doing this, can you give me a will save?
12?
Okay.
You sure you wanted to do that?
No, it's good. Continue on.
And then I use my channel to heal you both for 30.
Damn, alright.
Alright, so you guys are both back in the fight.
You ain't dying here.
Oh my god.
The mech does another quick scan around the room, sees that Cody and Merrick are down, and it, with its Gatling gun now spun up, begins unloading on Short Jack.
Oh, okay. I thought he was just about to put you down again, and I would have been like, oh, cool.
Don't worry.
We had a nice moment, but I guess that doesn't matter.
This time, as this torrent of bullets go shooting towards Short Jack, he doesn't flinch and begins swiping his sword. He closes his eyes and parries every single one of them because the mech rolled a nat 1.
I taught him that.
Nice job, Short Jack. As I'm like coughing up blood.
The robot head snaps to you, Cody. It's Short Jack's turn.
Oh no.
That's going to be enough. Short Jack does 17 points of damage.
Short Jack, is there a way to take this thing out? You know, machines and stuff?
You know what? Yeah, he'll do an engineering check.
Get that harrowing fire.
Oh yeah, he gets your trick attack damage, right? So roll your trick attack damage for me.
No, you roll it. 5d8s, please.
Okay.
You're Short Jack. He gets to roll it.
He does an additional 31 points of damage.
Hell yeah.
As he's deflected all of these bullets, you can see that the energy of those bullets has like emboldened his sword, and it's glowing brighter, and he runs, once again jumps up, and he does a swipe, but he doesn't connect. Instead, he launches all of those bullets back at the mech and just like riddle it with Solarian energy, and you can see it like take a couple steps back and have to like brace itself against its Short Jack's attack. It is Merrick's turn.
Wasn't Short Jack doing a check as well?
Oh yes, he succeeds. He says it looks like it's got pretty strong carbon polymer plating. So any physical attacks are going to get negated, or at least severely reduced. And if I'm not mistaken, this is an old model, but it has what we called like a hardware acceleration protocol. So any moment now, I think we've done enough damage to it that it's gonna go haywire.
Like good haywire or bad haywire?
Bad haywire. It's essentially gonna get hazed.
What? This
It's gonna
sucks.
get worse. Okay, I should probably heal up then and drink a potion.
And yes, Merrick, it's your turn.
I'm gonna drink a Sealum of Hearing Mark III.
Okay.
Not enough.
68s.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah. I'll just do that math. You can mosey on.
Okay, Cody, it's your turn.
I guess I'll move in a little bit also. Sorry to interrupt. Not like to be right next to it, but to at least be closer after being pushed back.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I will also do that.
Like move in or get a healing potion? Okay, cool. Are you guys moving into threatened range? Like, is it getting attack for opportunity, or are you guys staying outside of its threatened range?
Staying outside of its threatened
Okay.
range.
Great. Durrin, it is your turn.
All right. How's everyone healed wise? I know everyone's healing up. Everyone's kind of okay, but like, I'm just doing a quick check-in.
I'm at max health.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to be at 57.
57? Okay.
Yeah.
Is
So
that
not
a good
max,
spot for
but-
you, but not great?
Hey, nothing's great right now.
Sweet. All right. So we'll see what happens. Maybe we get to use a new ability. Let's see. Yeah, I want to do another trick attack, of course.
Okay.
It's my bread and butter, and I got a 31.
Yep, that succeeds.
Fantastic. All right, let's get my attack off. 13.
Not enough. You get under a table and you are lining up a perfect shot. It's a beautiful, beautiful shot. You know it's going to strike true. You hear a crunch from above you, and a giant chunk of the ceiling lands right in front of you, blocking your shot, nearly crushing you.
Cool.
It is the next. It is the mech's turn. It is going to. You hear a bunch of vents and like sort of like slots open up on this thing, and you hear a massive like as it releases a shit ton of steam, and then all those vents begin like glowing, and you hear like and you see this thing like sparks begin like shooting, and it begins sort of like shaking and like vibrating, and you can tell that what Short Jack just warned you about is happening. It's gonna go after you, Merrick. Actually, no, it clocked Cody last time. It's going to have to go after Cody. So it You see those like vents or the rocket thrusters at its knees slide back into its knee, and then it pops out through the back, and it rocket launches itself towards you, and it's going to make a full attack.
Love it.
That's a 28 KAC.
Nope.
Damn. That is another 28 KAC.
I just hit both of them out of the way with my hammer.
Yeah, you guys are like clanging swords and hammers, and it's like just keeps swinging, and you are just like breathlessly swatting them out of the air. Shortjack's turn. He hits the ground hard after he sends this barrage of bullets in his last attack, and you can see him on the ground just like panting. He holds his ribs from where he got slashed and looks down and sees all the blood, and this turn he does nothing because he rolled a 2.
Oh no.
It is Merrick's turn.
So this thing went after Cody. Am I able to go behind it to flank it if it went directly at him?
You can. It will get an attack of opportunity just because of its size.
Yeah, well, I was going to take that in either way by moving in. So yeah, let's rock and roll.
Okay. That is a 30-something.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Math is hard. That is 20 points of slashing damage.
All right, then I'm going to make an attack.
As you scoop behind it, it throws its sword arm back and just manages to slash down your back as you get around behind it.
My turn.
So you're not flanking yet because it has reach. So Cody isn't threatening it yet. But you are in position to flank.
That's a 19 on the dice.
Yes, that'll do it. Wait, unless is your to hit 4?
No, it's not.
Okay, well then you're good.
33 points of damage.
With this hit, you take off a huge chunk of the plating on its back. You can see that Shortjack was right. This thing's old. It's been well maintained, but you see the circuitry and shit in the back of it, and this thing is not a new construct, and it's on its sort of last throes.
We'll take each other out then, you damn machine.
Cody, it is your turn.
Swift action. I answer a rage.
I forgot that you could do that.
Yeah. So
Hell
for
yeah,
the
man.
next 9 rounds, I'm enraged. I'm going to 5 foot in, and I'm just going to say, "Stop hurting my friends!" And I'm going to smack him with my hammer.
You'd have to make a full move action to move in, because he's got 15-foot range, or reach.
Okay, sure.
Okay, it's going to take his
acrobatics in then, because why not? That's pretty good. But will it be enough? That's a 34.
You miss it by 1.
God damn. Well, I think I've used my thing. So
okay. Yeah. No, you miss it by 1.
Cool.
So yes, it's going to roll its attack. God damn it. That's a 25.
Okay. Yeah. I step in and just barely move, just move my head as it swipes past me, and then I'm gonna hit it as hard as I can with my hammer. All right. I like that. We're flanking now, right?
You are now flanking, yes.
Perfect. It's a 31.
Yeah, that hits. With authority.
So that's 30 points of damage, but now that I've hit you 3 times, I ignore 4 points of your energy resistance or damage resistance.
Ooh.
Okay, so then I'll just give you an extra 4 points because you're negating, you know what I mean? So I'll just add 4 points of damage to it. So give me that total.
34 points of damage.
How do you hit it?
This time I'm hitting it just square in the chest.
Yeah, and First, you hit a huge dent into it, you bury your hammer into it, and you feel that you've done a real good hit, and then you pull your hammer back and you take its whole chest carapace off, kind of removing the bumper of a car. It just comes off with your hammer.
Yeah, I just fling it to the side, and Cody's just ah!
Yeah.
Durrin, it's your turn.
Oh man, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Unfortunately, let's do that trick attack because everything I do is based off of it. I fail. I guarantee. I think I fail this. 28 on my stealth.
Yeah, it does not work.
Yeah, I figured as much. But I might as well get an attack off on it. Nat 20.
Yes.
Damn.
Fuck yes. Yeah.
We could have had our first trick attack.
Oh man, how good
Crit
would
attack?
that have been? I love it. I love to see it, and that's equally as upsetting, but not bad. All right, 17 points of electricity damage. As I'm trying to be stealthy, but it's just, not as sneaky as I used.
You see your shot land in a perfect spot. A lot of its armor has been stripped away from the attacks of Merrick, Cody, and Shortjack, and this does a lot of damage, more than you think.
Okay, hey, I'll take it.
And Shortjack powers himself up on, or actually no, it's the mech's go. You can see this thing fucking like its arm is like dangling by wires. The Gatling gun is like and like sputtering. You can see the missiles are trying to reload, but they're just like sliding out instead of like actually finding a purchase. And it's going to attempt to do another 360 spin. So this is going to be an attack on Merrick, Cody, and Short Jack. Durrin, you're far enough away.
Okay.
That's a nat 1 on Merrick. That is a 31 on Cody.
That'll do it.
And that will hit Short Jack. Merrick, how do you dodge out of this?
Merrick is like, he's been beaten and battered, so he's learning its movements, he's being patient, he's been hit a bunch, so he just sort of knows what's coming, so he just does a short hop. Like Short Jack got him. A short hop.
He starts low at you, trying to take your feet out. You manage to hop over it, but then starts, because of its like the arm being all fucking like janky and like dangling off by I was about to say wanky.
Wanky, yeah.
You can wanky. Like its trajectory.
That movement surprises me.
You can tell its trajectory gets all fucked up, and it begins not swinging, but just sort of like almost like a hose being let loose at full blast.
Well, Cody's literally just standing there, like arms at his sides, like like he doesn't even know this attack's coming.
So the two of you are taking 17 points of slashing damage.
Hey, you'll notice less than half of that goes through.
Doesn't that feel good to say? Doesn't it
does feel good to say? As you see, like the little like weird like I think like his armor, like when I did my thing, just refocuses into like more like angular planes. So instead of like catching purchase, it like glances off more.
You see as Short Jack tries to get up to his feet, he slips and falls. And he doesn't move for a second as blood begins pooling out underneath him.
No, dude. Okay.
But then you hear him cough, and he spits out some blood, and you see him raise 2 fingers in a snapping motion. And he snaps his fingers, and a shower of sparks comes from them, but nothing else happens. And then he tries again and again, and you see him glowing brighter and brighter every time. And he is readying an action.
Yes! Merrick is screaming at the top of his lungs.
Merrick, it's your turn.
I raise my hand with a snapping motion, and I snap my fingers.
Add 4d6 to this solar flare.
What level are we? 9. 49 points of fire damage as Merrick raises it, feeling Short Jack's passion, and above this robot in the sky, a solar flare appears on top of its head.
And you see, as you snap your finger, Short Jack finally gets it, and he snaps his, and a smaller solar flare appears within it, and there is a moment where it is just, the room fills with light, and Durrin, Cody, you feel the heat, and it's been a long time that you've been traveling with Merrick, and despite the fact that you were in a desert, this is the first time you understand what he means when he talks about the unbearable heat of the desert sun, as the room just fills with solar energy, and you hear the sounds of machinery failing, you hear the sounds of metal parts hitting the ground, and when the light fades, all you see is a pile of scrap metal and a scorched, charred body of a Yosoki on the ground.
Does it look familiar, Dane?
It doesn't.
Okay. Is it alive?
All right.
Nope.
Short Jack, great job. High five.
I'm just smashing up the parts of the mech, like
you can tell Short Jack is fucked up. He's like dragging himself on the ground. He is not well. He gets like halfway over to you and then just rolls over, and he's just like staring up at the ceiling. And you can tell he's got a pretty gnarly wound directly across his chest, and it's bleeding profusely.
I'm asking before I use another. I have a Mark III serum. Wait, that's adaptive serum. That's not it. That's not right.
I have a Mark II healing serum, but he can have.
Go. Stab him.
That's serum sounds.
Love it.
Great. What am I rolling for that?
I believe it's. Let me double check. It should be.
You know what? It doesn't really matter. It's enough. He just needs a little bit of HP because he's got like 3 left. So yes, he stabilized. You see sort of like the serum begin to work. It begins sort of like the wound closes up a little bit and begins to scar over. And he just looks at you guys and he's like, "Is that what like every fight is like? Holy fuck!"
Every single time.
Yeah, it's been getting that way for a bit.
I hate this robot. I hate this robot. I hate this robot.
Cody, take 5. Take a lap. Take a lap.
That's probably about when 9 rounds have run out. Cody's like, oh, yeah. Oh, we won.
In the city,
well, we haven't won yet.
You can hear the sounds of combat fading. You can hear there's still a few gunshots going off. The explosions have stopped. A lot of the screaming has stopped. And you can tell that combat is winding down. And Durrin,
yeah,
you know almost without a doubt at this point in time that this wasn't just a full-scale assault. It was a last stand.
Interesting. Okay.
And you're pretty confident that this was most of the remaining Fur Clan.
Interesting.
If not all of them.
Okay.
You're back in the vent, and you are watching the 4 faction leaders wager their people in a game of broken bounties. And you are now realizing that the entire Civil War, the entire Grandmother Rat War, is just the wagers won and lost in this game between the 4 leaders.
It's very upsetting.
You now realize why the leader of that community wanted you to see this. Mm-hmm. And why he was rounding people up. Because all of these allegiances mean nothing. Your entire life, up until this point, has been the result of a game. Every life that you've taken, every bullet that you've shot, has been orchestrated and the result of chance. What would you like to do?
I would like to leave the vent and head over to the one remaining unsabotaged ship.
As you scurry back out of the vent, and you back out and you drop down onto the crate that you were able to use to get up to it, you hear, "Wish you hadn't seen that, mate," as Dirk looks up at you from the ground, his gun pointed at you.
Did you know?
When you get to the station that I'm at, yeah, mate, I knew. You could have known as well, mate. And I'm going to give you this option. This has happened.
Yeah. Okay, yes.
Do you kill Dirk?
No.
How do you incapacitate him then?
I want to be quiet right now. And shit, how do I make this happen so his gun doesn't go off? That's where I'm thinking about it. I would probably... Oh, wait. Oh, shit. You told me this forever ago. And hopefully this gets used now. I happen to know that Dirk does carry certain rounds on his person.
Yeah.
Would I be able to rush him and attempt to inject him with one of those rounds that he happens to carry?
Yep.
That's what I would like to do, Dane.
Give me a sleight of hand roll.
What's the suspense? What's the round? I'm so curious.
Man, I can't believe my brain did that.
It's the poison round that he used to kill all those people.
Mm-hmm. It would be a 27.
I rolled a natural 20 on his perception check.
Shit!
You leap off the top of the crate and tackle him to the ground. His gun hits the ground and slides out of reach. You reach down where he keeps his ammunition. Mm-hmm. And you're able to open the pocket, and the special rounds, glowing green, slide out and scatter across the floor. And... Mm-hmm. As you guys are scrambling and trying to grab one of these rounds to both put into one another somehow, you hit one of the shelves, and it teeters for a second, and a small toolbox resting on the edge of one of the crates falls and clangs to the ground, tools spilling everywhere, and you hear silence from the other room. And then you hear someone say, "There's someone here! Who's here?" And all of a sudden you hear panic and scurrying. You hear people picking up all that treasure, and there's just a scattering. You hear the sound of like a teleportation device, and then you hear another one, and then you hear another one. What would you like to do with Dirk? If you would like to, you can continue try to incapacitate him. If you hit him with this bullet, you will kill him.
Yeah,
It is a death sentence. So if that's what you want to do, you have another chance to get this bullet into him. You know that there is at least one person left in that room.
Yeah. Grab around, rush over to the room, chuck it at the first person I see.
It's Elder Hiram.
Yep, cool.
He's struggling to reach the button on his disc that would teleport him away as well. I will say, throwing this bullet won't do it. It needs to pierce the skin.
Can I rush and just jab him with it then?
Absolutely.
Let's do that. Let's just do that.
He is essentially helpless. He can't move. He can barely use his fucking disc. Mm-hmm. How do you kill the leader of the Fur Clan? Your former elder. What do you do?
Just taking off my helmet and chucking at him in a way of distract, or like to push him away from the button a little bit before jumping on him and just stabbing him with that round. And maybe the last thing he sees is his reflection in my helmet's mask.
And you see the green fluid empty through the tip of the bullet, and it begins spiraling out throughout his flesh. You can see the fur beginning to char and wilt, and you can see as the poison spreads through Elder Hiram's body, you see panic in his eyes, and he looks at you and he says, "You are nothing." And then he dies. Hello, Space Jam Dane here to do the things. First and foremost, we hope you're enjoying this week's episode. Second, this week has been sponsored by Zencastr. I talked about it before, but Zencastr is the whole reason that you're hearing this show. We have dudes all over our lovely country. We have Ryan is across on the other end, the East Coast. Terry lives in another city. Niall and I are the only two people who live in the same city. It would be very difficult to do the show if it wasn't for something like Zencastr. It is a all-in-one podcasting studio where we can all just jump on. We record the show. We don't have to worry about backups or losing any progress, because even with a slow connection, you've got crystal clear audio quality and backups that are saved on site. Zencastr makes it incredibly easy for us to get together, record the show. It is stress-free, it's worry-free. It makes the whole experience very easy. In fact, I'm recording this break in my studio, which is a closet, as you know. And then I'm going to literally walk into my living room where I edit the show and download the files all from there. I don't need to do any transferring. It's all right there. You can access them on any computer as long as you just log into your account. Using Zencastr is now super easy to record a podcast. Log in using any browser, start recording a high-quality podcast episode right away. Record studio-quality sound and up to 4K video with your guests. Feel a sense of zen knowing Zencastr's multi-layered backups ensure that you always have your recording in the highest quality, even if your connection is unstable. If you've ever thought of starting your own podcast and then realized that you need a bunch of tools and services and platforms, well, those days are over. Zencastr is an all-in-one podcasting platform. You can create your podcast all in one place and then distribute to Spotify, Apple, and other major destinations. Go to Zencastr.com, that's Zencastr.com/pricing, and use our code NOQUEST, and you'll get 30% off the first month of any Zencastr paid plan. Once again, that is Zencastr.com/pricing, and use our code NOQUEST, and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencastr paid plan. We want you to have the same easy experience that we do for all of our podcasting and content needs. It's time to share your story. This episode is also brought to you by our friends over at Misty Mountain Gaming. They are your one-stop shop for all of your tabletop RPG needs. They've got dice, they've got accessory, they've got bags, they've got stickers and pins to rep your favorite classes. If you're a gambling type, they have mystery bags that get you a bunch of dice, a bunch of goodies. You don't know what you're going to get, but it's always really fun to open. We got a bunch of them for when we were at Fan Expo and visited their booth. And it's a really fun time to open up and see what you get. They always have rotating stock. They always have limited edition dice, themed dice. I know they have like some Halloween dice out right now that are really, really cool. So head on over to MistyMountainGaming.com, check out what they want, and if you see anything that tickles your fancy, well, we've got an excellent, lovely little code that'll save you 10%. All you have to do is type in NoQuest10 at checkout, save yourself 10% off everything you buy from the store. And finally, if you'd like to support the show, head on over to patreon.com/NoQuestcast, or you can just head on over to our website, NoQuestcast, or you can just head on over to our website, NoQuestcast.com, and click the Patreon link. While you're there, consider joining our Discord. We would love to have you. It is an incredible community, and it's always lovely to see your faces, and it's also a great time to get your theories in because things are gonna start getting solved. Anyway, that'll do it for this week. We will see you in 2 weeks' time. We hope you enjoy the rest of the episode.
17.9 cycles ago, us machines defeated the humans. Now, we're living the good life here in Droidston, Manitoba.
Morning, Gib.
Morning, Dust. But there's still the problem of human infestation. That's what it's time to call Human Be Gone. Human Be Gone. Experts in ethical human relocation. This job has everything. Danger.
Whoa, sounds like we got some dingers in there.
Excitement.
Incoming.
And drama. You're the one who leaked herself in my basmati rice bed. It's a dirty job, but some bot's gotta do it. Oh, Human Be Gone. Wherever you get your podcasts. Human Be Gone.
The silence washes over Kukinto. The fighting is done. The Fur Clan defeated. Civilian casualties are minimal. The guards have done a fairly good job, and with the assistance of VIII, Jenny, and Zelphus, and you guys sort of taking a large brunt of their main assault force, you guys were able to do a fairly good job protecting Kukinto. Of course, the initial surprise assault did take some people, and there is now a sort of somber silence as people gather the dead and bring them to the graveyard that you guys saw when you went for your walk. What would you like to do?
I'm dealing with a lot right now. You boys.
We'll help them collect the dead. Ask Merlot how we could best pay respects, and if they need any help with anything immediately, I'll leave Durrin to process whatever he's processing, and I'll just go off and help on my own. Or Cody can come help too.
No.
Yeah, I'll come help.
It's not very much I need a moment. It's more so just like I'm distracted, so I'd help, of course.
Yeah, Durrin, as you're walking through, the bodies of the Kukinto guards and citizens obviously are troubling to see, but it's the bodies of the Fur Clan that really hold your attention. The people you used to fight and die for until you learn the truth. And now the Fur Clan, your guess is, no longer exists.
Or if it does, it's very, very small, minute even.
Yeah, but the three of you join VIII and Jenny and Zelphus, who is set up sort of a small, clinic with some of the Kukinto arcanists and medics. He's helping them tend to the wounded and, help people, anyone who was injured during the assault. Jenny is playing a little hymn for those who are just need to be distracted. She has a lot of young people with her, and she's just sort of entertaining them and keeping the kids sort of calm and collected and sort of in one place as the adults deal with the pandemonium. And Merlot approaches the three of you. VIII is helping with reconstruction. They're sort of throwing pixels at walls and helping patch up the damage that's been done. You can see Quip is helping with repairing some of the automatons to get them back up into working order so they can help with the reconstruction and efforts to sort of deal with everything that's just happened. Query is standing by herself, kind of stunned, watching everything that's happening. And Amara is also sort of helping wherever she can. She doesn't really have a whole lot of her powers back. She's still very tired, very drained. But the little bits that she can muster, she's doing what she can. And Merlot approaches the three of you and says, I guess the four of you, Short Jack would be with you.
Once again, you have protected our king and our kingdom. Thank you. We are eternally grateful.
It's what anyone would do. I'm glad the Cannon people can now be at peace for at least the immediate future until the world ends.
What the fuck?
We need to send Merrick to like speech giving school or something.
Oh my god. Such a great motivational speaker.
It's about honesty. That's what I was taught.
Merlot nods solemnly and knowingly and says,
I understand that the threat reaches far beyond our little home, and that is why I know that we cannot wait much longer to hold you here and celebrate you and mourn those that we've lost. So I understand if you can't stay to help with the efforts, but know that we will be okay. We will rebuild. We will mourn. We will not forget. Thank you.
and he bows his head.
I wish we could have saved more. I'm so sorry for everyone you've lost.
They will return to the lights in the sky, as we all do. It is a place of honor. It adds beauty to darkness. That is how we view death. It is not something to be too sad about. We will mourn their loss and celebrate their light.
Durrin, did you know some of these people?
They're nothing.
I kind of reach out and pat him on the shoulder.
I take it and just kind of lost in thought, I think. This was a big day. A lot of memories too. It's been a rough moment.
It's been a rough day. Yeah, let's help for a little bit longer, but let's get some sleep and then leave tomorrow.
Merrick, we almost became death buddies.
We almost became death buddies. I don't know what you believe in, but I would have gone to a great desert in the sky probably.
Oh no, Merlot just told me I'd go to a big light.
Would your brother be there?
Yeah, we'd probably fight for eternity. My brother.
Sound like
that's
a lot
fine.
of fun.
No, nothing about anything of my family's beliefs is fun, Durrin. I promise you that right now.
Do you guys have like a bad desert and a good desert for bad people and good people?
I think the good part is the part where the sun always shines, and the bad part is where the sun doesn't shine. Because do you know how cold deserts get, Cody? Are you ready for a desert lesson?
I thought deserts were hot. That's what you've always been telling me.
Yeah, at nighttime they get very cold.
This is so confusing. Why can't it just be like here, where, this is underground and icy, and also hot, so it's also confusing. Places are weird.
Places are weird, and I'm sure we'll find stranger places as we go on.
But we didn't destroy this planet yet, so I like
Don't
subtly fist bump, boys.
Yeah, subtle fist bump.
Just have to put the yet as I fist bump back.
You guys begin helping as best you can. The repair efforts are actually pretty quick. The automatons do a lot of the heavy lifting. The Arcanists are pretty useful in terms of getting things repaired, and the things that like don't immediately get repaired gets replaced with like an illusion. So that people can't see into other people's homes and stuff. So like they're temporary, but until things get fixed, illusions are placed to sort of like fill holes in walls, et cetera, et cetera. And there's a small sort of like candlelight vigil at the end of the night for those lost, and everyone heads back to the Durrelio estate. If you guys want to do any stuff in Kukinto, I'm happy to say that like you guys have rested and you are making your way back to the ship, unless there's something you really, really want to do here.
Yeah, I want to talk to Short Jack.
Yeah, sure.
Because we don't know if he's coming with us or not yet.
Yes. Okay, so then if that's where you want to go, that is sort of like the last sort of business that happens here. So we'll just get to that. Everyone is sort of packing up in the morning. Everyone's getting their bags ready, getting ready to leave Kukinto and make their way back up to Ni. The Cannon have prepared a means of transport back to Cyrillus, and just as you are about to head out, you see Short Jack coming down the stairs in his traveling clothes with his bag over his shoulder.
Short Jack, what? Are you coming to say goodbye to us at the ship, or?
I'm just coming.
Yes, I was hoping you'd say that, but I didn't want to ask because Merrick told me I shouldn't ask, and yay!
This is the decision you've made?
I
didn't ask him, Merrick. I told you.
I'm proud.
I've made both decisions. If these people need a leader, and my family has the power to protect these people, well then, like, I have to protect them. And right now, the biggest threat is out there. So it doesn't really do me any good to stay here and not help, because if we don't stop whatever is happening, then this place is gone, and the cube is gone, and Go is gone, and everyone is gone. And what kind of ruler would I be if I didn't do everything in my power to protect my people? And most importantly, to protect my friends.
It would be a waste of those mech exploding skills you got.
Yeah, I do kind of fuck up mechs, don't I?
You really, like, first you crashed a truck into an elephant, now you just exploded a mech by clicking your fingers. Merrick, you're a wonderful teacher.
I do what I can. Well, once again, it's your decision to make. Short Jack, if you can live with it, carry it, then I am not one to say anything about it. Let's move on. All four of us, and all our other friends who are also here, probably.
I'm going to lean into Short Jack's ear and whisper, "That's Merrick for. He's really happy."
Yeah, everyone's there. And as you guys are
how
leaving,
many of us? 9 of us? 9 of us now?
There's Quip, Query, Vale, Amara, Zelphus, Jenny, Shortjack. There's a lot of you. I mean, like, Vale and Amara are going to go their own way. Zelphus sloshes over to you and says, "Now, I understand if you wouldn't want me on board your ship, but I feel partially responsible for everything that's happening. My assistance of Mazo has certainly made the situation worse, and it would be irresponsible of me not to take these steps and efforts in undoing the harm that I've done. If you are all on a mission to stop this, I would like to join."
We would love to have you, Zelphus. Everyone on this crew is either in search of something or trying to fight for redemption. We've all done things we're not proud of, like exploding a planet. We make up for it as we go. We're happy to have you on board.
But maybe promise to do no evil science, okay?
I promise all the science I do from here on out will be for good.
Good enough for me.
You can dip into morally gray. That's okay, but, just...
We're okay
No
with gray
evil.
science. Yeah,
Gray
gray
science,
science is
yeah,
fine,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay. If they say it's all right, it's all right.
We want you to push boundaries, but not break them, all right?
And if you do, ask first,
Yeah.
Also, maybe don't go in the cryo bay. I don't know what it'll do to your whole goop.
Yeah, I'm going to be very cautious about my whole situation until I can really run some tests and figure it out.
So is this what you used to look like, Zelphus, or is this a new kit and caboodle?
No, I definitely wasn't liquid before.
Okay.
Do we need to bring your jar?
I think I'm all right.
I lean over to Durrin. I'm like, I sometimes, like, with cats, they like to feel comfort if you hold them where their mother used to hold them. So maybe we bring the jar anyway. And then if Zelphus is ever sad, he can feel comfort by getting back in his birthing jar.
I agree. Yeah, that's a good
That's
idea.
a good plan, yeah. Very considerate, Cody. That's an A+.
Thank you. But don't put it in the cryo chamber.
Okay, you guys set out. The
We have
people,
such a crew now. My God.
people of Kukinto all say goodbye to you. Merlot, shares some private parting words for Shortjack, and you guys make your way back to Sassalis, where Cathan is waiting for you with the Persistence. We fast forward through the fucking info dumping. I assume you guys just we don't have the time to do that.
Just a montage of us being like an evil woman with angel wings, but the angel wings are other people.
Cody miming him and Merrick dying, Merrick getting critted twice, miming
Space God.
a rat coming out of Durrin.
I look at Shortjack like, see, this is what it's like to be on this side of it, right?
Yeah, so Vale and Amara are going to be joining your ship temporarily until you can get them back to their ship. Quip and Query will be joining you as well, and Zelphus has joined the crew. So you guys have a full house right now. As you guys are leaving, you can tell that Cathan has been sort of like tuning up the ship. Durrin would usually do this kind of stuff, but he has been very busy, and Shortjack kind of like knows the passing workings of a spaceship. So things have been running and working, but Cathan is sort of like extremely well trained in all of this, and you can tell that like everything is in pristine order. And Quip is wandering around the ship as you guys take off and make your way back out through the atmosphere of Ni. And Quip looks around and is just like, I mean, I don't really love the redesign, but I gotta say, you kept her in good working order. And he's like just opening panels and like looking at like the inner workings of stuff. And he's like looking around. You can tell that Catherine like this whole time has just been like polishing the ship and has got it sort of like back to Quip's like perfectionist standards, which the ship hasn't been since you guys redesigned it.
Durrin's not doing that shit. No,
yeah,
no, fair.
And like I said, like it was always working order. It was always in good shape. It just wasn't sort of like pristine the way that this is. But Catherine's fastidiousness has brought it up, and you can tell that Quip is like very impressed.
Cody can't find anything because like things have been put away and weren't left where like they were. Like,
yeah,
he just left.
things are actually in like cabinets.
Yeah. How do we have coffee?
Wait, we have.
Catherine got rid of all the cups. Why would you do that?
He just walks by and like kind of like Fonzie style, like hits the cabinet and like just opens up and you see like all your cups all like arranged nice and neat, like handles to the left, image facing out, like all like just perfect. As you guys are going through the asteroid belt that surrounds Knee, Vale comes up to the cockpit and presses a cube or a prism once again on the sort of like dashboard console, and you feel like a hum overtake the ship, and they say, "We need to be careful. Bloodletters are still in the area, so let's take it slow. Keep engines and systems low, and we should be." And before they get to finish their sentence, a missile rocks the Persistence, almost taking people off of their feet as the whole ship shakes as 3 bloodletter ships crest out from behind asteroids and open fire on you. And we are in starship combat. You hear a hail attempt as one of the ships is trying to contact you.
Durrin, bring it up.
Sure.
I was like staring at Vale. Did you use the wrong cube? They found us.
I do not know how they did that.
And there's a bloodletter appears on the screen. A dude you've never seen before. He's just like a guy. And he says, "All right, guys, let's make this easy. All right, we'll just make it real easy. And you guys pull over. We'll take a ship. And you guys just hang out with us, okay? How's that sound?"
I'm going to kill you, your father, your father's father, everyone you've ever known, everyone you've ever cared about, and we'll annihilate your 3 ships, and we'll bring you all down in a hail of righteous fire.
All right, so you're not going to pull over. This is not going to be it.
Is his father on board? I whispered to Durrin.
I have no idea. I don't. It's a Cathathan thing to threaten bloodlines. It's a big deal.
Pretty sure bloodletters are very family oriented, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to kill your uncle.
Well, not Uncle Jerry.
Is he on board?
You see him
is killing me. Oh my god!
See him reach over and just be like, "Hey man, they're threatening Uncle Jerry. I don't like that. That's pretty fucked up." Anyway, look, we just take care of him. We disable the ship. We can't really take him because like almost everybody's off world right now. Shit, I'm still open. All right, hey guys, pretend you didn't hear that. And then he cuts the comm.
This voice is
everyone to battle positions.
Merrick and engineering, right? Hold on, let me open it.
Yeah. Let's divert some energy. All right. Engineering check. Oh, nat 20. Holy shit.
Oh shit, you do crazy shit when it
Yeah,
great. Right? Engines, you also divert power to you increase your positioning DC by 2. Your starship speed increases by 2 as well. So the your DC I think is increasing by 4.
And they have to beat mine, right? I don't have to beat theirs. Like, I have to beat theirs, they have to beat mine, right?
Correct, yes.
Yeah, great.
Are you doing anything right now, Merrick, or are you waiting?
Yep, I'm waiting.
What does that look like, Durrin? Like, how do you divert the power?
I press the button that says divert power. Like, I just kind of like, it has little pips, so I just like lower the pips everywhere else and just like pump up the pips right into the engines, you know?
I love that.
Pips.
That makes
It's
no
little pips.
sense for when you fail later, but okay.
It doesn't, but
It's a touch screen, it just doesn't recognize your finger.
It's a weird system, all right? Not all the pips mean the same thing. There are different pips everywhere.
So right now, Cody, you have to give me a stunt or what maneuver you're going to do, and then we'll roll positioning checks.
Sure. I'm going to... So bait and switch is new and you added, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm fucking definitely going to bait and switch. My attempt, because there's 3 of them, right?
Yeah. Can you just read roughly what this does so people know?
You pull a risky maneuver while under fire, attempting to get an enemy ship to accidentally fire upon an ally. So I'm going to try to fly in between them and like move at the exact moment that they try to fire at us.
Okay.
I am going to take a bonus from the duo node.
Okay.
And maybe a captain bonus?
Sure. Cody, do good.
What does that give me?
I believe it's going to be a +2. Just let me double check.
I think I hit it on the money.
+2.
Amazing. So I got a 35, and basically I needed a 33.
Yep. So you do it. If they hit you, another ship is going to take half that damage. If they miss you, the ship's going to take full damage.
Fuck yeah.
They do have to get in position for it because they're not going to fire if they don't get in position. So let's do some positioning checks.
Now, for positioning, is it just a flat roll and piloting, or do I also get my bonus from the ship?
No, you get your bonus from the ship. Anything that's being added to your piloting check.
Okay. But would I have to use the duo node a separate time?
Yes. Yeah, this is a separate roll, so yeah.
Okay. That is a 21.
You do not get into position. The first ship doesn't get into position. That's a nat 1. The next one might do it. That's a 26.
Nope.
Damn. So you like buzzing this fucking ship. Everyone just kind of like scrambles. They managed to get like the drop on you, but now everyone's kind of like split off and is like circling back around asteroids and shit. And now they're coming back around for another run. It is Captain and Engineering. What would you like to do?
Wait, who's is anyone firing? Wait,
we all.
Nope.
The chaos, everyone's behind like asteroids and shit. That's the thing, I'm not used to flying in these conditions, so like where I assume I can turn and hit people, there's like an asteroid in the way.
All right. I am going to use a resolve point to overpower, and some help from the captain would be fantastic.
Okay, Durrin, I believe in you.
Okay, thank you.
+2.
Pushing those pips to their maximum in all accounts, just cranking up those meters, hitting that touchpad as hard as I can as I roll a 30, which succeeds the DC, and I send power to both the weapons and engines.
Then it is time to do some stunts.
I really like the idea of this audacious gambit, so I think I'm going to do it again. Oh wait, I cost an RP, right?
Some of them do. They're like the rank 6 and rank 12 ones do.
Didn't realize that.
Blow it all.
Yeah, because it says it costs 1, so I will not do that one again. I'm going to evade.
Okay.
I just turn the ship into like a barrel roll and try to like weave in and out of asteroids. I get a +2 from the overpower, right?
Yes.
Jesus Christ, I hit it on the money. I rolled a fucking 3. So
Hell yeah.
It's not really working, and then Durrin like slams those pips up, and that extra jolt just like kicks me into that spin and like lets me evade.
So
yeah, great. You're now like barrel rolling while like swerving in and out of asteroids. Give me some positioning checks. Let's see if we can get some gunfire happen.
This time I'm going to use the duo node.
Okay.
There we go. That's 40.
Oh, yes, absolutely. My highest was a 26.
Nope.
Okay. Then your evade is doing a good job as they all just start sort of like trying to get a line on you, but as they're navigating the asteroids trying to catch up to you, you manage to like lose them for a second. One of them hits the brakes, and then you swipe up behind them. What arc would you like to fire on?
I'm going to pick the middle ship that we were talking to before.
Yep.
And I'm going to do like the side arc.
Starboard or port?
Starboard. Let's do port.
Oh, Jenny's rolling an attack roll as well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. By the way, treat any 1s you roll as 2s.
That's a 23.
That hits. She hits. What is she using? The bluster cannon or what's on the turret?
Cannon.
Okay, perfect. She swings around and uses the bluster cannon to just unload on this fucking ship. It shreds the port shield, and you see your opening, Cody.
Amazing. As I come in with the Gatling cannon and I roll 15d4, adding an extra 5 because of Terry's
Hell yeah.
Terry's divert power, and do 40 damage to the hull.
Shit. Okay, it's glitching like fucking crazy. Okay, hold on. I need to roll D100. Do you have the glitching sheet up?
So you're rolling the D100?
Yeah. So I got 41.
41 is weapons array.
Okay. Oh, and another 41. So it's
double
gone
weapons array.
So like it goes to the next stage. So it goes from glitching to something else.
Sure. I think you have to roll for your depending on which
it's only got one attack. So it's that one. So what's the next stage down after glitching?
Malfunctioning. All checks for affected system -4. No push actions for affected system. Power core damage affects all other systems of -2. So that's -4.
-4. It's crazy that I rolled 2 41s.
That is actually insane.
Great. You see that one ship just get absolutely fucking shredded by you, and you see their like gun that's been spinning up starts like sputtering and just like sparks going everywhere, and it's also not looking very good either.
Good job, Durrin. Is he close enough to high five?
No.
Great. Top of the round.
Just a long distance high five.
Yeah.
I want to I'm going to just tear off the touchpad. Fuck this thing and start messing with the wires within and I'm sure Catherine's upset about this and just overpower.
Catherine and Quip are both standing in the doorway of the bridge, just being like, oh my God.
Captain?
Cody's like, yes.
Yes, Durrin.
I could use some motivation.
All right, I was going to call them names, but I believe I can help my friends.
Oh, no, I mean, that's fair. I mean, we can do this.
+2.
You sure? You can?
Yeah, you got it, baby. You got it.
I succeed. So once again, the three that matter: engines, weapons, and I guess shields. But
great. Yeah, shields don't need any love right now. You haven't been hit, but we'll do weapons and engines.
Beautiful.
Great.
Just cranking it out, using up all my resolve points as. Yeah, fuck this touchpad, this touch screen.
What do you want to do, Cody?
I'm going to keep evading.
Cool.
Yeah, that does it. As I continue my spin, I'm like homing in on this one ship.
They fail all of their positioning checks, so give me a positioning check.
Oh, that's a 19 on the die, so that's going to do it.
You're going to do it. Great. Roll me some attack rolls. Jenny will also do the same.
Time to kill this uncle. Oh, that's a 31.
To hit, sure.
Okay, I'm telling Jenny to I'm like, shoot the other one. I got this guy.
Great. Yeah, she swings her turret around and launches at another ship that's about to like crash into you on the side, and she shreds the fucking shields on that one.
So yeah, as I'm shooting, you see the gun start to like glow with the chaos that Durrin's causing with the wires and the overheated like bullets. Just like 41 points of damage on this shieldless ship.
Yeah, you hit the engines on this thing, and it explodes on the back and spirals out and smashes into one of the asteroids. The other one that Jenny hit, the shield is shredded. All right, great. Top of the phase order again. Engineering captain, if he wants to.
I don't think I need the captain to help me. I've been rolling I say that, and this is going to be bad. But I mean, like, I will look guiltily at Catherine and Quip and be like, I'll fix it later, and just keep digging into those wires. Well, hey, look at that. This isn't the one to do it, is it?
Don't forget, you do have a short jack ability that lets you re-roll an engineering check. The downside is he seems a lot more confident behind all these stations now, and it's only a 10% chance that it counts as a nat 1.
Okay.
If you want to re-roll.
There's no other bonuses happening. I would like to re-roll. I'll take it. I'll take that re-roll.
Short Jack looks over your shoulder and he just says, "Here, hand me the console. Get in there and do your thing." Yeah, and he's now holding it up so you don't have to.
There we go. That's what I needed, and it just pushed me just a little bit more. I was literally one off from beating the DC, and now I hit it, so we're good. As I once again divert power to all the engines, to everything. Everything important gets it.
He reaches into his overalls and pulls up like a little mag light and puts it in his mouth to give you a little bit more light as well. All without being told. He just like knows what needs to be done. And he's like cool as a cucumber right now.
I like that. I like the synergy we got.
Merrick, do you want to? You said you were intimidating, or you wanted to?
I'm going to taunt them during the positioning. What check is there most important for them to roll each round?
Positioning, probably.
Yeah.
So I'm going to taunt them. So I'm going to roll a bluff check.
Okay, great. Then tell me your stunt, Niall.
You keep evading. I do feel terrible that we just killed everyone's brand new favorite NPC, but
I don't remember his voice already, so that's great that he's dead.
That's
it was so fucking
30.
funny. It was
good.
Great, yeah. 30 does. You evade. Let's do some positioning checks. There's only 2 left.
My taunt fails, so Merrick is just trying to do the computer on his own and can't even connect to the other ship. He's like, how do I?
They don't
How do I
return
send a?
Yeah.
Uncle Jimmy's already
no.
dead. You can't hurt them anymore.
Jimmy's dead. Oh gosh. Okay.
For a second, they open up communications, and you see a guy who's like, just like fully intense, like flying and like just, but like he's not responding or anything. He doesn't realize he's open communications, and then
We're just staring at each other.
Yeah,
Like,
and then he closes the communications. What did you get on your positioning?
With the duo node, it's 25.
Yeah, you got it. Once again, I haven't rolled over a fucking 6 for these idiots.
You added 2 to that right now?
I did, yes. If I hadn't added the 2, I don't think I would have made it.
So I'm assuming you're going after the one that Jenny's already shredded the shields on?
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to hit it in the hole, and she's going to try to aim for the next shield.
Like the next ship?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a 23.
To hit? Yes, absolutely.
Hell yeah. Man, I love that I have to get a dice roller up for this.
Yeah, she swings the turret as you like slip into position against the next ship that she had weakened the shield on, and she just fucking cranks the turret around and begins launching another torpedo at the one who's trying to like flank down beside you. So it's like enemy ship, bloodletter ship, you sinking in behind him, and then another bloodletter ship sinking in behind you, and she just whips around and just fires a fucking rocket right at it. Makes direct contact and deals 33 points of damage. So it is not glitching, but very, very close.
Yeah, Cody is just like, he's trying to bisect the ship. So just like gets the Gatling gun going and like angles it down. It's just like, brrr, like right down the middle. That's 46 points of damage.
That's enough to do it. Yeah, you just zipper it right down the middle, and it just, for a second, it doesn't look like it's done anything, and then it just explodes in the middle, and the 2 parts go fucking floating out.
Hell yeah, man.
Cody's just like, ooh, she's flying so good. Nice job, Catherine. And just like whips it back around towards the remaining ship.
I like that we're just destroying all the work that Catherine has done while we
All right, we're back to top of the face. Engineering, captain, if they want.
All right, I am just going to slam the thing back down so I have the touchscreen again. It's probably like catty-cornered a little bit, but I'm just going to go back to the pip system for a hot second and just divert power to the engines.
Yeah, Short Check is just holding the screen now so that you can like work on it.
It doesn't quite work. I have to tap a little harder than I should. And yeah, I succeed. So that means, hey, you get your +2, and that's where we stop.
Okay, yeah. Great. What do you want to do for your stunt for this round? And Merrick, do you want to do anything, or are you waiting? What are you doing?
I'm going to try to bring the line back to that same guy who I just had the stare down with, and I'm going to try to roll
Don't
it
hang up
again.
on me.
That's a natural 20.
Shit, what does that do? Do you get a bonus for a nat 20 on this skill?
Nat 20. Strong words, push the right button.
So now my -4 is going to affect every phase for...
Damn.
For 2 rounds.
You open the channel, and he's like, "Oh fuck!" And he's just like really doing his best to like fly this ship. What do you say to him to taunt him?
I'm like, hey, you're doing a bad job. I can see it.
Who said that? Who said that?
Hey, this is the voice in your head. You should probably not do what you're thinking you should do. You should probably do something else.
And then he looks down. He's like, "Hey man, fuck you! How do you keep getting on here?" All right, let's do some stunts. What are you doing?
During every phase, they keep the -4. I'm just gonna like click in every once in a while and say something into his ear, and then just click out.
I don't even think I'm gonna stunt. Like, I'm just going for him. I stop my evasion roll. I'm just going for him.
Okay.
Cody, do the murder roll.
Great. Then let's do some positioning checks.
Sure. I'm gonna use a duo node on this.
Oh, there we go.
He gets a -4.
He rolled a nat 20, so he's good.
Okay. That's a 33 from me.
Well, I mean, -4, isn't it? Nat 16.
It's a 28. Does that hit your positioning?
Does the bonus to engines raise our starship position? Does it create speed?
It goes up by 2.
You missed by 1.
Fuck.
Oh,
but nat 20 is a nat 20, right?
Yeah, I mean, if that's how you want to roll.
Yeah.
Nah, okay. I'd rather just do it to our advantage. No, it's fine.
Okay, great. He, panicking and nervous, being taunted by this, he, like, pulls back and manages to get into position. I assume it's dogfight.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just driving.
Yeah.
It's like chicken. I'm driving straight towards them. No fancy moves. Nothing. As our Gatling cannon winds up, and you see our like Buster cannon start to glow.
So he's gonna roll.
Pull up. You're not going to do it in time. I don't believe in you. Your mother doesn't believe in you.
You just hear as the.
And he gets a -4 to this too.
Oh, right. He has to roll to attack. Right, to roll to hit you.
Ooh, so close to a crit. That one.
Oh no!
So a -3.
That's true.
He is about to press his guns and then just freezes as Merrick's words rattle through his head. He just like absolutely beefs it.
Uncle Jerry would be disappointed in you.
39 points of Gatling gun damage just straight at the pilot's window.
And then it was 68 for Buster Cannon?
Yeah, it does half damage to unshielded, though.
Oh, okay. That's a bad roll, but it is enough to absolutely, as you guys fly right into each other, you manage to explode it, and you just burst through the smoke and the fire and the flames and the wreckage, completely decimating this small force of bloodletters.
Now, they said they were gone. Should we fuck up their base while they're away?
It would be very hard to find the base. It's like hidden in the asteroids.
Okay, God.
But not impossible.
Not impossible. If you guys do want to find, but again, it's like it's a rock, so it would be very hard to.
Yeah, they don't know who blew up these guys. So the last thing we need is to incite another revenge tour from these goddamn bloodletters.
Can they be more angry at us?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
They're kind of already on their revenge spree for us at this point. Like, what's the?
Well, let's all roll one perception check each, and if one of us nat 20s it, we'll go blow up their base.
Oh, it was like hovering on a nat 20, but then it was an 8.
Definitely not.
A natural 1.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
we do get a +4 to our.
You guys
our
cannot
sensors.
find the base. Vale leans in anyway and says, "I would like to. It's been a long day. I would like to get Amara somewhere safe.
All right, we'll get you back to your ship.
Where are you guys going?
Far, far away. Anywhere that is not Casemol. I do not believe that it is particularly safe, considering there is a unknown, very powerful entity looking to exact revenge. So, if you were smart as well, I would say perhaps you should get out of Casemol as well. I know you will not.
You know I'm not smart.
I just want to say, if you wanted to live, I highly recommend getting out of Casemol. But everything I know about you, living exactly is not on the top of any of your lists. So, good luck.
Before you go, Zelphus took everything from that computer with him, and I know you're the best person we know on a computer. There's so much things we need to know. I need to get that CODI file. I need to know, is there anything about Penny in there? Could you, just before you fly off, even just take a look?
They smile, and they turn a data pad around that they have in their hand, and they show you that they're already working on decrypting it.
Oh, wow.
There's like a progress bar, about like 30% done. And Vale says, this is top-notch encryption, to the point where I do not know if I will even be able to break all of it. But the second I'm through, as whatever I can get, you will have it. I promise.
Thank you. Sorry about your arm, again.
It's fine, whatever. And they, like, give it a swing.
What's the little arm between best friends?
He looks down at the data pad and says, it would be very easy to hit cancel.
It would, but a best friend would never.
Or they wrap their arms around Amara, and as you guys approach their cloaked ship, they get towards the docking bay and look at you again for a second and say, but seriously, Casemol is not safe. And I know that you feel obligated to fight whatever it is that's out there. You are a very tough bunch. I've seen you firsthand. I do not know if this is a fight that you can win. So if you are insistent on heading straight into the lion's den, as it were, be careful. And they get onto their ship and fly away. There's a bit of silence on the Persistence as everyone kind of settles in. What are the three of you? What is your first thing that you would like to do, having been through all this? Where is the first place you guys are going?
Oh, yeah, we have to decide what to do next.
I think he means
he just means on the ship.
Specifically on the ship.
Oh, on the ship.
Yes, yeah. Like you guys, like you haven't had some downtime, but yesterday was a very big day.
Yeah.
And this is kind of the first moment where like you can breathe a little bit. So like where would Merrick, Durrin, and Cody go for a moment to like shut the engines down, as per se?
Well, I know
Merrick is going to take his plant buddy and just head to the bar and have a little bit of whiskey and chat to his plant.
Okay, Durrin?
Yeah, mine's pretty easy because like even like Terry's feeling it too. It's like it's a lot. I think he just needs to be alone. I think he's just going to go to his room after attempting to fix the touchpad on the fucking bridge and be like, kind of sorry as going past Quip and probably just spending some time alone. I think he needs some space right now.
Okay, Cody, what are you doing?
I'm going to go find Jenny, and I'm just going to be like, hey, you said if I needed to talk or be with someone, you'd be there?
Yeah, you see Jenny is sort of like shutting everything down in the turret as you are making your way up.
You got any good music for looking at stars?
Oh, darling, honey. You better believe I do. You realize that like now she's kind of customized the turret spot, and there are sort of like makeshift speakers that she has like hot glued into the space, and she opens up a small little data pad on her wrist and like casts music on. Some very chill, mellow music begins filling the thing, and she sort of like scoots over. It's tight. It's the turret is meant for like one person, but she like squeezes over to the side and like pulls you up so that you guys are like squished in.
Cody's like upside down with his like legs over the back of the chair and his head like dangling down, just like looking up through the cockpit at the like sky.
Yeah, and she tilts the turret up a little bit so that like you guys are both almost like in a V shape, looking up different ways.
As we drift away from Cody and Jenny in the turret, we catch a glimpse of Zelphus in the medbay, getting his bearings, rearranging some equipment as he goes through the data that he took from Project Dahlia, all while watching footage on a separate screen of the attack on the Cube, the ambush outside the Federation of Councils, some of the footage salvaged from Useron before its destruction. As the weight of his experiments begin to sink in, he sighs, stares out the porthole into the dark expanse of space. Down the hall, Quip and Query have made some makeshift beds in the cargo bay training area. Query is laying down on her side, her back to Quip as he tinkers with a device. He glances over at her, helpless to undo the damage done, but Query rolls over, flashes him a weak smile before wrapping her arms around him and laying her head in his lap. He places the device down and pets her hair softly as her eyes flutter into sleep. A soft snapping can be heard further in the ship as a flash of blue light erupts around the corner and then disappears. Short Jack is manifesting his moat with greater and greater speed and ease with each attempt as he snaps his fingers and creates tiny, controlled supernovas. Satisfied with his progress, he walks over to his desk and picks up a small ivory picture frame carved with intricate orchids and looks down at a picture of his parents, smiling, holding him as a baby. He presses a furred finger lightly against the glass. As footsteps approach, he looks up and smiles as Durrin passes his door, too distracted to notice, as you silently enter your room. You begin pulling off your traveling gear. You reach under your bed and pull out your old rifle, still wrapped in its canvas bag. As you trace the grooves and the shape of the rifle through the fabric, you can't help but to catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror. And you're forced to wonder how many people died staring at themselves in the reflection of your helmet. But for the first time in a long time, you're able to face your own reflection staring back at you. In the bar, Merrick, you've grabbed yourself a nice bottle of whiskey and your plant. Filling up your glass beside the shaving of Kaya, the motes of light swirl with delight as you begin regaling it of your latest adventure. The lights doing their best to create tableaus of the action. As you stroke the leaves and sip your whiskey, you notice a small bud on the central stalk of your plant, a soft blue glow beginning to peek through. Across the room, Cathan sits, his feet up on a small crate with a cold beer in his hand, flicking through the channels absently. He stops on a show for a brief moment, just long enough to know it's not something that he wants to watch, but freezes when he passes a news broadcast that the war with Sononis Prime. He places his beer down and leans forward with a furrowed brow. As the tensions with Sononis Prime continue to mount, the Ministry of Defense have been locked in a proverbial staring contest with the Sononan Armada, imposing strict sanctions on trade and travel with the planet. The Federation of Councils has not activated any direct military operations on the Sononan homeworld. However, smaller skirmishes have broken out across Castle Mall,
among Ministry of Defense operatives and Sonoran extremists. We have received leaked civilian footage from the ground of Sononis Prime alleging that their military has captured a high-ranking Federation of Councils official. The screen cuts to a shaky image that zooms in on a small military outfit walking towards a large base. It's blurry, but as the camera focuses, 2 Sonoran soldiers can be seen leading 2 women, a human and a Yosoki, instantly recognizable as Thimble and Astrid Aurelius.